This podcast is recorded on Gadigal land. Always was, always will be Aboriginal land. Hey chicks, I'm Sal.
And I'm Al.
And this is Two Broke Chicks, the show that shares life lessons and tips to help make you rich in life. And for today's life lesson episode, we are joined by a very special guest, actress and content creator, Alea O'Shea. Around the time of her 25th birthday, Alea received a shock brain cancer diagnosis. And since then, she has been very bravely and generously sharing her experience online. From advocating for your health and tips to overcome adversity, Alea is a huge inspiration with so much wisdom to share. She's also funny as fuck. It's a nice little cherry on top. Alea also started her own nonprofit organisation, CEARE, which supports people navigating hair loss as a result of cancer. We are so excited to dive into this chat with Alea, so let's get her on the show. Welcome to Two Broke Chicks, Alea.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
So excited.
The pleasure is all ours. We've had some very fun chats already. But before we get into our questions, we always like to start with a life lesson of the week. Mm-hmm. Would you like to kick us off?
Yes, but I have two. Is that crazy?
Oh my god!
Come on, the more the merrier.
Because one's kind of like easy and the next one's kind of like profound.
Love that.
So we'll start with the easy one because it changed my life. If you can't open a jar, say it's like pasta sauce or like a condiment, use, those yellow gloves that you clean the house with? If you put that on, it creates some sort of grip and it comes straight off.
Whoa.
Yeah, crazy.
Gosh.
Especially for the girlies who live alone, because it's like,
Yeah.
what are you going to do? I'm not going to knock on my neighbour's door and be like, hey, can you open this jar for me?
That's so
But yeah.
You're like, I'd rather start.
That's also so much safer than my tactic where I just smack the tip of it against the bench and wait for the bubble to pop.
Okay, but I think you can smack it like that.
Oh, yeah.
And go,
Smack that
Out on the floor, smack that jar, give it some more. Thank you. But your tip's better.
yeah, try it. It
Yeah.
changed my life. Okay, this one came from my therapist, and it kind of like changed my life for this week. She said, don't chase joy, chase meaning, and the joy will come. Crazy, mind blown. Because
Oh
I
my
was like, I'm not
gosh.
feeling joy from the things I'm doing. And like, I'm constantly just I'm so obsessed with that. And she just said, like, you need to stop chasing that. If you just do things that are meaningful to you, it will come. And I was like, damn, girl.
Wow.
yeah.
That's very true as well, because half the time it's like, if you're trying to force it, it's probably shit.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're going, like, no, this will make me happy, it's like, no, it's more what's going to actually be meaningful to you.
Yeah, and like it's obviously changed for me, but like I think I was just trying to do the things that used to make me feel happy. And her saying that, I was like, oh my God. And then I had to like think about what's actually meaningful to me now. And it just, yeah, I think her saying that, I was like, so true. So crazy. We've gone from one side of the spectrum to the other.
That
love
is
that.
literally, or sometimes I'll have one that's like, tee hee ha ha. And then Sal's will be like, and the philosophy behind life. And I'm like, the duality of woman.
Exactly.
I love it. I've been inspired by one of your life lessons. But it's, when you've got the little spice jars with like the powdered onion or like powdered garlic, but then after like 2 weeks it all sticks together and you're like, what's the point of this?
Oh.
Yes.
On the bottom of spice jars, they've got little indents that if you rub the two bottoms together, it separates the powder spice. Yeah, that's what they're built for, because it vibrates the glass to separate all the powder. So the onion powder doesn't stick together and the garlic, I've changed your life. And I saw it on TikTok once and I was like, liar. And she was not.
And it worked.
And because I was like, fake news, do my little rubby rub
Yeah.
of spice jars. And yeah, so that way you don't have to be buying or like sticking a knife in it to like try and break it up.
Damn.
That's crazy. I always thought it was just to play with. Like just with a random glass at the bottom.
Or I just thought it was like for grip or
No,
something.
so
they're not
that's what it
falling out.
is. Yeah.
I love that.
All right, what's your life lesson?
My life lesson of the week actually came from our friend Gemma Spegg.
Oh, shout out. Friend of the show.
Friend of the show. So the host of the Psychology of Your 20s podcast. And on her Instagram this week, she shared like a monthly research dump, which is so cute. So it's like all of the research papers that she's read and her favorite findings from them.
Reading a research paper makes me feel like better than everyone else.
Yeah, I know,
Don't you
right?
reckon? Like
I need to use Google Scholar more. Hey,
Yeah.
I'm like,
Wait, what is Google Scholar?
so it's like a section of Google where you can find research papers specifically. And I'm like, I used to use it all the time for uni.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it just, you can whip it out at like a party and just sound smarter
That's
than
me
everyone
when
else.
I go on Substack. I'm
Yeah.
like, whoa,
Well, that
I'm such an
too.
intellect.
Yeah.
Like, literally.
So you stop being like, oh, I saw an article and people go, where? And it was actually an Instagram
TikTok.
post. And you're over a TikTok and you're like, fuck. You can actually be like, I read a research paper from the National Museum of something.
Yeah.
Wow, I'm gonna
Of
use
garlic
that.
powder.
Yeah, of garlic powder.
And they told me. Yeah.
I would love to study
Exactly.
garlic.
But we can put a link to the post in the show notes because there were a lot of really interesting findings. But my favorite one that she shared was savoring moments makes your love last longer. So, in a study with 589 couples, researchers found that savoring moments alongside your partner was positively correlated with increased relationship well-being and protected your relationship against stress and breakdown. More moments you enjoy together, the better.
Cute.
Yeah.
Nice little reminder.
Yeah, exactly. Be a little bit more intentional, which I thought was very cute. And also whip that out if you like haven't been on a date in a while and be like, well, science.
If
It's
we
in the
don't go, we're going
stats.
to break up.
Exactly. Okay, now we've got our life lessons out of the way. Should we get into the episode?
Do it.
Okay, let's do it. So, Alea, around the time of your 25th birthday last year, you were given some really tough news.
Yeah.
You have spoken about this quite a bit on social media, but can you talk us through what happened and your diagnosis?
Yeah. Gets all serious.
No, we've gone from garlic powder to powder. Yeah.
Crazy. No, definitely not the quarter life crisis I was expecting. Like, was expecting a crash out, but not of this sort. So yeah, I was in LA on a brand trip with Adobe, and I lost feeling in both of these fingers. And I was like, oh, weird, I must have pinched a nerve. Got home, had a kidney infection. That was just a side quest. And I was like, I really need to see my physio for these fingers. Got out after like a week, went and saw my physio, and he was like, something's not right. Like, I think you need to go back to the hospital and get a brain scan. I start sobbing. Not because I think anything's bad, but because I was so over being in the hospital at that point. Like, I'd never been in hospital or had a surgery before any of this. So it was just like hospital trauma, but thank God I went back because they found something on my brain. And it was a back and forth for a while, whether it was an infection or a tumor, so on and so forth. And then eventually they were like, I've actually never shared my actual diagnosis, and like that is something I will keep to myself. But
Yeah.
Two Broke Chicks exclusive, they were like, it's an incurable high-grade brain cancer. And a lot of brain cancers are incurable, which I didn't know before getting it. Like, how much of a difference there is between different cancers. Like, you just think it's, oh, you get it, you do the treatment, like, so on and so forth. But with this one, I've realized, like, no, brain cancer especially, like, it's so far behind in research and everything. So, yeah, it was pretty crazy. But yeah, so got that news and have been doing what I need to do ever since, really.
Yeah,
But
because
yeah.
it was quite a long process to get to the diagnosis part, wasn't it? And it was like,
Yeah.
I think in your Body and Soul interview, you described it as being like drip fed information, which is also just so anxiety inducing, but then also you're advocating for yourself. And we do see like a lot of women in our audience and online, like even just saying like advocating for yourself and saying like, no, I feel like something's wrong is a really difficult thing to do. Like, I see so many things online of, you know, women going and being dismissed of things that, but it sounds as well like it's so amazing that your physio also like supported you and was like, no, I think you should look deeper into this.
Yeah, 100%. And I even before the fingers, I noticed that my smile was uneven. This was like 6 weeks before any of this happened. And I was like to my family, something's weird. Like, I don't know, just little things. I was like, oh, my smile's off. Like, it feels harder to talk. But we were like, oh, who knows? Like, probably a tight jaw. And then I went like 6 weeks, if not getting closer to 2 months, without just thinking it was nothing. I'm like, I think, one, we need to investigate things further. Like, is it a societal thing that we're like, oh, just wait it out. Like, oh, it's probably just whatever. Like, and maybe it's like, I was like, hustle. I know I had this trip. Like, I was just so go that I think I just thought it would get better. But so number one, just like, if you notice something is off with yourself, like, investigate it further, because we have that intuition as women where it's like something ain't right. But again, I brushed it off. And then, yeah, in the medical system, like, it was going back and forth between the infection team and the neuro team because, like, there has been nothing normal about this journey for me, which is, like, getting brain cancer at 25 is already rare enough. But the way mine showed up looked like it could be an infection or a tumor. Whereas usually it shows up, it's very clearly one or the other, so they just operate. But mine had, like, me getting medical, I'm pretty sure it was like a necrosis or something, which usually is tumor. But the size it was or where it was, like, it's very rare that someone at your age would have that. So we want to test for an infection. And that's why for me it was like back and forth for so long, and then they were like, we have to do a biopsy. Which, yeah, none of it was usual, but in the end I was like, do the biopsy. Like, I can't sit here and wait. And I was doing treatment for both, like, and unfortunately the treatment for the neuro people was like, just see if your hand gets worse, like, just watch and wait. And I was like, I don't think I feel good about this anymore after like a week. So yeah, in the end I remember going to the teams, I was like, I shouldn't be giving the information between teams. Like, the infection team would come in, I'm like, the neuro team said this. The neuro team would come in, I'm like, they said this. And it was like,
also, you don't know, you're like sitting anxious, and like to retain that information would be incredibly difficult.
100%. And then having to repeat it to my family, then to other people, to doctors, I'm like, can you guys not just like talk between yourselves?
Someone write this down.
Yeah,
Send an
literally.
email. Yeah, that one of my friends has had experiences with cancer as well, and he would always bring someone with him for that reason, because he was like, I can't, like, it's too much. But not everybody has also, like, you know, a parent that can go with them to every appointment kind of thing. But it really is, it's so overwhelming. But I think that is why it is so important to lean on the people around you, right? When you can, especially when you're stuck in this kind of limbo and you don't have the answers. How did you lean on the people around you during that time?
It's an interesting one, because I feel like I've bounced between being like, I need people, and then being like, I'm gonna do this by myself. Like, because I'm still young, you like don't want to lose that independence kind of thing. But definitely I think my family, like, have just been incredible. Like, I'm so lucky. Like, my mom, dad, and my 2 older brothers, like, they've just been the best. And, like, my close friends. But, yeah, I think there's definitely been moments. Like, I went through a period where I was like, I don't want anyone to come to my meetings. Like, I'd voice memo them. I'd, like, get the transcript through chat and just, like, send it to my family, because I was like, I just don't want to talk about it. And I think it's okay if you feel like that as well. Like, that's something you take on so much. Like, I was taking on the feelings of my family and, like, the feelings of my friends, and then also trying to, like, process my own emotion. I think just, like, lean on people when you need to, but also find different ways to, like, self-soothe, or, like, what works for you if you don't have the energy to manage all that kind of thing.
Yeah, because you're kind of also managing other people's reactions and emotions. Do you have any advice for people that, if they are close to someone that's going through a similar situation, like, how can people support the people that are, you know, struggling or going through something like you are? How can they be a good support system?
Yeah, I think one thing I've really noticed during this is how much you need to support their support system. And I've said this a lot because I was like, I saw the ripple effects through my family, my friends, and I'm like, they bring me up, so someone has to bring them up. Because I'm already getting so much, like, support and love, like, whether it's from my close circle or people beyond that, but I'm like, they need that as well.
You're so beautiful.
It's such, like, a selfless way to look at it. Yeah.
But, like, truly, like, they're putting so much time into me, and I'm like, people often forget about that next layer out. And, like, that was something I didn't even think of for people I know who've gone through cancer and things like that until I went through it myself. So now I'm like, I want to get that out there. So definitely that, but also just, like, I don't know, it doesn't have to be so serious all the time. I think that's been such a thing for me. Like, me and my friends are actually so dumb, like, so silly. And it's like, that's what's helped me the most. Like, we call cancer my flop era. Like literally, like it's like
my
genuinely
God.
like when am I getting out of my
off.
flop? No, it is though. Like I'm like surely like I'm gonna get out of my flop era. Like genuinely, I'm like just not make them laugh because then people come in like, oh my God, I gotta lift you up. And I'm like just don't think you have to be so solemn all the time because it's
Yeah.
like stuff is already so solemn and like so serious. I'm like, I don't know. I just want to laugh. I just want to be silly. So I definitely think that kind of thing is helpful.
1000%. Do you reckon that comes from obviously your background in like such a creative role? Because obviously you're an actress and you're also like a content creator, but I feel like that even minimizes your work a little bit because I would like I watched your videos like for ages. I really loved your video where you had the sneakers.
Oh, that's the OG. That's like what people
Love
remember.
that one. That one's
was a good
great.
start.
And then also, I think there was one of like how to wear, like you would do ones on how to wear items different ways and like the little. So I was like, how does she do that? I'm here like doing remove background in Canva, being like, yeah,
good.
edit. I'm an editor now.
Graphic designer.
Seriously, but like, how have you always been so creative? Has that always been something that you're interested in?
Yeah, I think like when I was like 10, I was like on iMovie, like making stuff or like what was that other one called that you make the videos on? It's like an iPad app.
Oh fuck! I think
Video
I know.
Star.
Yeah.
Oh,
I was like,
nice.
I was heavy in all
was,
of those.
What was the app that was before TikTok? And it was like the lip sync act.
Musically?
Was it Musically or did it start with a
There was
D?
Vine, there was Musically.
I swear there was one that started with a D, but I could
Dub.
be making things. Oh,
Wait,
Dub Smash? No.
Dub Smash.
Yes.
Dub Smash in my head.
Yes.
But I don't really remember what that one was.
No, neither do I.
Do you remember the one where you'd film yourself singing a bit of the song and then you'd join in with yourself?
Oh my
Maybe?
God, wait, what was that one that it would be like Jessie J on the other side of the camera?
Oh, yeah.
And you'd like do a duet with them?
Yeah.
Oh,
I
that was,
always
I
used to
love.
say something on that. And I was like hiding my study because I was embarrassed, but I was like, say something.
Literally. Everyone has had the moment where they were like, maybe 9. I was probably too older than that. And you were like, can I sing? And so you'd record yourself and then you'd listen back. And I know that you did this.
Yeah, and your dreams are crashed.
And I always thought I was duetting the person in real time.
Yeah.
And I was like,
thought
oh,
it-
I'm not.
I love
you're
that.
like, I'm on FaceTime with Jessie J.
I
saw like someone on TikTok being like, they posted their video, which I was like, so brave.
I love that.
Congrats. And it was like, I genuinely thought I was on FaceTime with Jessie J. And like her responses are so cute because she's like, Jessie J's like, okay, your turn. And she's like, okay. And like she's literally talking about it. I'm like, this is the best thing I've ever seen. It's so beautiful.
my
Sorry.
God.
Back to
But
iMovie.
no, I was into all of that stuff. Like the minute I think I had a Mac when I was like 8 or 9. And I just was like straight, like I knew how to edit on iMovie when I was like 9.
That's incredible.
And that was just like the beginning of it. Obviously, very outgoing kid. My mom was like, let's get her into an agency because she's crazy. Like, let's capitalize on this. Hey. But, so I've always been, I feel like, creatively inclined. But I also was like really interested in business and stuff. Like, I got into uni. I think I'm pretty sure I got like the Dean's Scholar for business. And I was like, well, I'm never going to uni. Like, I did all the work knowing I never wanted to go. Because I was like, my whole like philosophy is like chase your dreams and then go to your plan B. Like there's always security. There's always secure jobs that you can get down the track, but you may as well go for it. Go for something else and then do that after if you need to.
shoot the shot.
Yeah, so I think even in high school I just was like, I grew up dancing as well. My mom owns a dance school.
Wow.
Just another thing. I've taken
Can
that
you
out of the
sing?
bio.
Yeah.
Yes.
No,
that's
no,
a
no,
yes.
no, no, no.
That is a
When
yes.
you said before that you were singing, I was like, I bet she's a good singer.
Yeah.
No,
Triple
see, that's
threat.
where we drop it. I can hold
okay.
a tune. Like if I was in an ensemble in a musical, like
Yeah,
That's
you
a
wouldn't be bringing
yes.
people down.
I
but
could
yeah,
do that. But
okay.
if you give me a solo, I auditioned for Annie when I was like 7. I got to sing one line and I got cut. But
Were you like, dun, then they're like,
trying
go.
Like, that's enough.
it was that song where they all Hard Knock Life.
It's
Oh,
hard enough,
Me
but-
about to
yeah.
really explain it. Like I couldn't remember the name. And I think mine was like, don't you feel like there's never any light? But the girl in front of me sang a bit of mine. And I was like, like to the
That's
people
my line.
auditioning. And I was like, guys, like redo, like
Yeah.
advocating for myself. And they were like,
Absolutely.
you can't. And I was like, didn't even get to the dancing round. So that kind of explains my journey with singing. So after that, I was like, I don't think I'm very good.
Yeah, you had a bad experience.
So yeah, I'm a double threat, I guess.
I don't believe you, but that's okay.
I'm just a threat. I'm threatening.
I am taking that and I am going to pepper that. I'll give you credit.
Thank
but
you.
I'll be like, at Alea. But like, yeah. Are you a triple threat? No, I'm just a threat.
Just a threat.
That's
Everything
amazing.
is threatening. But the question, was I always creative? I guess so. And humor, I just think like, I don't know, maybe growing up with brothers, but also even with my social media, I'm just like, I'm not the girly that takes things too seriously. I think I definitely tried that. Like I posted TikTok recently being like, I'm just never going to be that curated photo dump, like fashion girl. And I think I tried to be that for a period of time because I was like, it's what everyone's doing. But I'm like, to my core, that's not me. Like I'm a little bit odd. Like I'm a little bit off.
Being creative as well just becomes so much easier once you started embracing that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But until you do it, it's
like,
scary.
oh, that is so not me.
Yeah,
Yeah, my house
literally.
is too messy for that shit.
Yeah.
I can't do my laundry.
There's people
really
that do
hard.
it well too, and I'm like, that's cool.
That's so, I love that for
So,
them.
yeah, and,
'cause
like, I love their
also
content.
love watching it.
Well, that's the thing. It's not like there's neither one that's right or wrong.
Exactly.
And I just like, it's just embrace what's to your core because like we spend so much time trying to be other things. I'm like, you actually will get what you want when you're in alignment with like who you are.
Well, you've spoken a lot also about like forced positivity and embracing a little bit more of like body neutrality, which I think I probably first heard that term maybe like a year and a half ago. And it like, to me, I was like, oh, that fits. Like I like that saying, but like acknowledging how you feel also without pretending, and also because like, you know how sometimes you'll sit there and you'll just be like, and you'll have people around you, which is so beautiful, and they're like, don't say that, but sometimes it's like you kind of just want to feel how you feel. Yeah, like how has that been your journey with everything that you've, you know, gone through, not even in the last year, but just like in your life as well?
Well, I feel like I wasn't neutral before this. Like I was very like positive or negative. So it actually kind of forced me to confront that in a sense of like, I don't know, like I just feel like it's easier just to be honest. Like you feel worse if you're trying to be positive and you don't get there. I'm like, let's just remove that pressure and just wake up, feel how you feel, try and not have negative self-talk is a big thing that I have, and like I'm clocking on myself because I feel like it's a practice. Like it doesn't come naturally to me. Neutrality, I'm like swinging from one end to the other.
Because
Like
I feel like, do you have quite like self-deprecating humor? Or like you'll tease?
yes, totally.
Yeah.
Me trying to be like, no, I love myself.
I'm like, you just said you're in your flop era.
But I am. That's the truth.
Yeah, no, I know what
That's
you
me
mean,
being
though.
neutral. I'm like flop, but I'm not like, oh my god, like I'm so down bad. Like I can't do anything. But I am like, I'm doing this through my flop. Like, I'm just gonna have to acknowledge that and like go through it. But yeah, no, it's definitely. It's just like stop waking up and setting yourself. Like if you can wake up at a 0, that's good. Like I was waking up and wanting myself to be at like a +5, and then when I didn't wake up like that, I was like in the negatives. And I'm like, now I have to build my way back up to having a good day. Whereas I'm like, if I can just wake up and be like, all right, let's just see where this goes.
Yeah.
Like it's just better. And then with body neutrality, like, yeah, I was talking to a friend. I made a TikTok about this like a few weeks ago. They are my friends. They're my friends. When someone says, I saw your TikTok, I'm like, I feel sick because I get on that thing sometimes and I'm like, yep.
I think I've seen every single one of your TikToks.
Yeah.
No.
And you're like, oh my God, I'm being perceived.
Big
That's-
fun.
No. It's like me all like, and then the next one's like me in my bed being like, do you guys ever like think about this? And I'm like, the duality on there is scary. But I went on and I was like, I'm like lucky in the sense of I've always been athletic. Like I have struggled with my body, but not majorly. And then in this journey, like I've said online a lot, like I gained a lot of weight very fast and was like, whoa, like I don't know how to dress anymore. I didn't fit into any of my wardrobe, like things like that. And I was just like really getting down about it. And like I was like, no, go buy clothes that fit you. Find stuff that looks good on you. Like stop trying to force yourself back into your old body or like who you were kind of thing. And like just embracing it and being like, yeah, I do need to go to the gym and things like that. Not even aesthetically, but like rehabbing and like getting back into a routine. Like, yeah, I'm still gonna have to do that, but I'm not gonna stand there every day and be like, I hate what I'm looking at, I hate what I'm looking at. And when I actually just embraced it, I'm a lot happier. Like, and yeah, you still have to do the work and you still have to, like, put work into it, but it's just nicer. You're not fighting with yourself. Like, there's so many ops in the world. Don't make yourself one. Like, that's
I love that.
another thing.
When you're like, when that, like you were saying before, that pendulum like is swinging and it's swinging towards that negative self-talk, sometimes that can kind of turn into a bit of a spiral and it like compound interests. How do you go, nah?
I'm still working on that one.
Yeah, journey.
But I think changing it up, like, I went line dancing the other day, you guys. Like, out of nowhere, I just got a friend and I was like, I need to do something. So in, like, the Sutherland Shire, like, near Cronulla, there's actually, like, multiple places that will just do it on, like,
Locked
a Tuesday night.
in.
I feel like if you Google it, you'll find somewhere near you. But I think getting out of a funk, you just need to, like, rip yourself out of routine. Like, if I sit in my house and do the same thing, I'm like, of course I'm going to keep going down. So doing something really different, or I'm back into journaling, pen to paper, like, got to do it.
Do you read your journal back?
My friend asked me this the other day,
Yeah.
my real friend, not TikTok. And I
I
said,
thought you was referencing me. And I was like,
oh my God.
like my real friend, not you.
Not
and I was
you.
like, okay.
Can you imagine?
I was humbled
I kind
immediately.
of would do that as a bit.
Yeah,
it would come off
and I
really
would
badly.
love it. I would be so into
No,
it.
you guys are my friends now.
Yeah, we're best
I'm gonna add
friends.
you
We're
to my
gonna
close
go line
friends.
dancing.
Duh.
So
fully.
do you read your journal back?
Okay, I do sometimes when I am in a funk because I'm like, how did I get out of it before? But for the most part right now, I'm just like, get the thoughts out of my head. But I have journals from like a few years ago and I like to go back through them to be like, I knew I was done bad then and I am out of it now / going, like, I did get out of
Yeah,
it. So
yeah.
let's see what I reflected on back then. And that's when I read it. But I'm not just reading it for fun because that's spooky.
Yeah.
That's so fair.
Yeah.
It's like maybe a little too introspective. Like, gotta
Yeah.
have a goal. I like that because it's like a circuit breaker. Like, what is your circuit breaker? Is it going to a new restaurant or like going for a run or trying a new hobby or journaling, but just knowing what that is for you because it's going to be different for everyone. But you've also spoken about radical acceptance, which I feel like as you were talking, I'm like, I can see it, like all the ways that you kind of embrace this. But can you talk us through what does that mean and how do you actively try and embrace it?
Yeah. So I feel like it is, yeah, kind of what I spoke about my body and things like that. It is just accepting the reality of right now. It's not, again, not saying that you can do things to make it better or that it couldn't be better. Of course, things can be, but just being like, this is what's happening right now and I'm going to work with it. Like, I'm not going to fight it. And again, it's a practice. Like, I don't find it easy, but, and like, this probably isn't like ethical advice, but sometimes I just have to like step back, just zoom out or just like disassociate a bit with like obsessing over what's going on in my life and just be like, just move through it. Like, just do what you have to do today. Don't be so hyper attached to everything. Like, just kind of, I know I feel like everyone says like zoom out, but sometimes I'm not zooming out that far. I'm just like a few centimeters away and being like, yeah, just go through what you have to go through, but don't be so attached to it all. And yeah, I feel like that's kind of what I describe as radical acceptance. But again, like, if you're having, I had to radically accept a lot of things. And like, I think the more you have to accept, sometimes the easier it gets in a way because it's just like, oh, another one. Like, let's just do it. But I feel like, again, it's a practice. And it's funny how much of this really is like a muscle you have to train. And when I first started like getting into therapy and things like that, I was like, oh, why isn't this like working now? But yeah, I feel like if every day you just kind of like pick up one or a few things to be like, I'm just going to accept this today. I'm not going to fight it. And let's see how the day goes. Like, and it might end up better than you really expect. Yeah. And it's like, tick. Okay, positive reinforcement. Let's do it again tomorrow kind of thing.
I really like that. I'm going to radically accept everything that ever happens for the rest of my life. It's very easy for listeners or, you know, anyone who's going through a similar situation to really get pulled into the tidal wave that can be it. And like hearing you say that is just so refreshing and inspiring as well. And you've also started your own non-profit organization, which like I'm like it makes so much sense as well when you're talking about like business and stuff and like who you are. But can you talk us a little bit about that?
Yeah. So honestly, I was on so much dexamethasone in the start of this process. Like I call it the crack drug because I was like firing on all cylinders, and like this is one great thing that came out of it. A lot of other business ideas have just been put to the side. We'll wait for a better time. But I was just like up at 3 a.m. one night in hospital, and I was like, okay, I'm only going to lose part of my hair, like a whole half of my head, because with brain cancer, I was doing oral chemo, so I didn't lose any hair from that. So just where the radiation hits, I lose that hair. And because my tumor's on the right side, I was like, oh, like literally like that is going to be lost. And I was like, I really want a wig because I still have half of my hair and I feel like it's going to be all uneven. And then my left hand, I was like, I'm not really going to be able to put it on. So I was like, I'm going to do some research here and find out what I can get. And I found this amazing place. Shout out Tammy Lovato. She does really incredible wig stuff. They do bonded toppers, which is like portions, or a fully bonded wig if you've lost all your hair. And bonded means you can wash it normally, you can swim in it, you can like do anything in it. So I found that and I was like, this is incredible. Does anyone know about this? Went to my cancer like care center and was talking to some of the older ladies being like, have you heard of a bonded wig? And they were like, no.
Yeah.
Like I hadn't even heard of it, but obviously I'm young. I'm like on my phone like crazy. So it started there of me being like, I want to be able to provide bonded wigs for people. But then lately, which is so funny because like you'll read an article and I'm saying one thing and then the next week I'm saying the next thing because I'm like, I'm figuring this out as I go. But now I'm like, I don't want to just do bonded wigs. I want to provide funding for young women who have cancer to get a hair solution in any capacity, because it's like such a thing. Like you lose so much of yourself when you're going through a treatment. Like my face was so swollen. I couldn't fit into any of my clothes. I just didn't recognize myself, and I didn't even lose like my eyebrows or my lashes or anything like that. And when I got the wig on, I looked in the mirror. I was like, this is the first time in months I haven't just felt like a cancer patient. Like I felt like a person again. And I was like, oh, and people don't realize, I think, like it seems fickle or superficial to be like, that's what I want to raise money for. But I'm like, it's from my experience. And like, I am a young woman. Like this didn't come out of like, oh, like a business idea or like whatever. I was like, I just looked in the mirror and I felt that. And I was like, I want every young woman to be able to feel like this, like going through it. So yeah, that's a bit about it. And like, I think we have like 6 girls now who 2 of them have received their wigs and the others are like in the consultation. So I'm like really excited. But one day I want to meet them all. Like they're all across Australia, which is really cool. But yeah.
That's so it's called Because I Care, right?
Well, it's called CEARE, but I made the Because I Care because people kept saying CEARE.
Yeah, because
and I was like, so I was like, but then now everyone's saying Because I Care, and I'm like, yeah, let's go with that. I like that. Like, so whatever tickles your fancy. But yeah.
What can people do to support?
Well, currently I've just got the GoFundMe set up, but I'm working on our first event to try and fundraise because like I said, I'm like, I've never done this before. Like, I'm really just like, again, take a messy first step rather than perfect it and like wait on it, because I was just like, I need to do this now because I was so in the emotion. So yeah, hopefully within the next like month or 2, we have our first kind of fundraising events around Australia. But for now, if you go to my Instagram or the Because I Care Instagram, there's a GoFundMe link and people can donate there. But I'll be posting lots about the girls and the events on that Instagram, so I'm really excited about it.
Amazing. And we'll also make sure that we can share links to that as well. But also your friend also set up a GoFundMe for you as well.
Oh my God.
Which is insane. Just so beautiful. And I think it goes to show like your character and how much people love you and how much you've given to, you know, the people around you. So we'll also ensure that we put a link to that in the show notes of the episode and share on our channels, with also, of course, our own contributions to both of those. But we do like to finish our episodes with guests with the same question. It's a big girl. She's a big girl question. And it's, what has been your biggest life lesson on your journey so far?
Me acting like I haven't already thought about it. No, I need to get the wording back. Well, my God, I feel like I've lived like 7 lives at this point. So I'm like, which life do I want to pull this from? But a big thing for me, and I feel like I preach this to everyone, is if you feel passionate about something, you need to try it. Like, you actually would rather try and fail than run out of time and regret. Like, that is just my biggest thing. It sounds crazy, but when I got my diagnosis, I was like, at first, I was like, you know what? I've had a pretty good 24 years. Like, I was like, I'm so glad I did everything I wanted to. Like, I still have big goals that I'm like wanting to achieve, but I was like, I've lived overseas. I've told every person I've had a crush on that I have a crush on them. Like, I've taken the risks and all that stuff. And I was like, I'm pretty glad that I'm not standing here going like, I wish I did that. I wish I did that. I wish I did that. So I think just go for it. And again, take a messy first step. Don't wait for perfection. Don't wait for being ready. And I want to say, like, if you have the means to, and obviously that's a thing, but also I don't want to give people an out to wait longer, because I've been like that. So yeah, I think just try everything and you can always find a way back if you need to. But yeah.
Oh my God, that was amazing. Thank you so much. You are such an inspiration and you're funny as fuck. And we just appreciate you coming on so much. So thank you so much. For any of the chicks who don't follow you already, where can they find you?
Find me on Instagram, Alea_O'Shea with 2 A's, because I got hacked in grade 7. Thanks for that.
Who's hacking, like,
I
someone
know,
in
me
year
being
7?
13, and I got my thing, it's like, I'm selling weed. And I was like,
Oh
no,
my
I'm
God.
not.
Is this just a ruse?
And I was on home away
Did
at
you just
the
get
time.
busted?
Yeah, you did say you were
No.
always a businesswoman.
Yeah, businesswoman Alea.
I'm like, I've been hustling since I was and then on TikTok, I think it's Alea_O'Shea. 1 A, because I haven't been hacked yet. Please, nobody take that as a, what's the word?
Oh, I know what you
Inspo?
mean.
Huh?
Permission?
Yes.
It's like a tease to do. I know what you mean.
Yeah,
What is that
exactly.
word?
Well, regardless, we'll put the links in the show notes, so
Perfect.
correct spelling or not,
Yeah.
people can find you.
And you need to start a podcast.
Hey, watch your space.
Yeah.
Which is going to be me being like, what up? Will you guys come on my podcast?
Of course we fucking would.
Absolutely.
Guys, it's crazy. We're best friends.
Duh.
We're
We're
real
cousins.
friends.
Yeah.
We are cousins.
We're cousins.
Love it.
And
Love
on
it.
that note, thank you so much again, and thanks to you chicks for having us in the earholes. We love to be here. Bye.